If you're looking for the best torrenting sites in 2025, there are actually a few worth talking about. But before we even get there, I've got to say this up front. If you're going anywhere near torrenting these days, using a VPN isn't really optional anymore. It's just one of those things that make the whole experience safer and keeps your browsing private. I'm not saying that to scare you. It's just the reality. And if you want to grab one without paying full price, then I've got links in the description and a QR code on the screen that'll take you straight to the best deals that I've found for the VPNs that I personally trust. Now, just before we start rattling off sites, let's clear up the legal side of things because it's not as straightforward as people think. In places like the US, Canada, Australia, Spain, and the UK, torrenting itself isn't technically illegal. The catch is when you start downloading copyrighted stuff without permission. That's where you can cross the line without even realizing it. And the tricky part is, a lot of content sits in this weird gray area. You might think you're grabbing something harmless, but it could still land you in legal trouble. That's why I always tell people, instead of rolling the dice on possibly pirated files, just stick to sites that only offer stuff that's 100% legal and free. Trust me, there's more of that out there than you might think. Another thing people often overlook is that when you torrent, your IP address is readily visible to anyone. If that IP is linked to copyrighted material, it's not just a slap on the wrist. It can mean fines or in some cases even criminal penalties. That's why using a P2P-friendly VPN like NordVPN or Surfshark is a must because it hides your IP, keeps you off the radar, and lets you browse without that constant what if in the back of your mind. Now, while we're at it, there are some sites you really don't want to mess with. I'm talking about the ones that used to be huge but either got shut down or turned into traps for malware. Kick-Ass Torrents, for example, was massive back in the day but got shut down in 2016. RARGB or RGB was another favorite for a lot of people, but it got shut down in 2023. So anything you see with that name now is almost certainly fake. Torrents 2 tried to stick around, but it is just mostly sketchy mirrors at this point. The Pirate Bay is still around in different forms, but it's constantly being taken down and popping back up, so it's kind of a gamble. And 1337X, which used to be great for movies, isn't officially running anymore. It's not that reliable anymore. All right, so let's talk about the good stuff. Sites that are safe, legal, and still worth your time in 2025. See, the Internet Archives is one of my favorites. It's packed with books, movies, music, and software that are either in the public domain or under open licenses, so you can download freely without any legal headaches. Project Gutenberg is a must for ebook lovers, and public domain torrents is perfect if you're into classic movies. LibriVox is great for audiobooks, all volunteer read and totally free. And there's SourceForge to open source software and Wikimedia Commons for images, videos, and audio files under Creative Commons. You can find so much good stuff here without risking your privacy or running into legal issues. The thing is, even when you're sticking to safe sites, you still want to watch out for fakes. Some fake sites look super convincing, but are just there to load your device with junk or steal your info. A good way to spot them is by checking how long the site's been around, reading actual user reviews, and making sure it's got a clean, straightforward layout. Legit sites care about making things easy to navigate and are transparent about what you're downloading. And again, even if you're only using legal sites, I still think a VPN is worth it. It's not just about hiding your IP, it's about stopping your ISP from slowing you down, blocking trackers, and having features like a kill switch that cuts your connection if the VPN drops. That way you're never left exposed. Now, if you're wondering which ones to look at, I've had the best experience with Surfshark, NordVPN, TotalVPN, CyberGhost, and NortonVPN. Surfshark is perfect if you've got a lot of devices since it lets you connect unlimited ones under a single plan. And the deal running right now is 60% off with 3 free months. NordVPN is another solid choice, and they're offering 74% off with 3 free months. It's one of the fastest out there, so you'll barely notice you're even using a VPN while streaming or torrenting. Now, if you want something super budget friendly, TotalVPN has 80% off, which is hard to beat if you just need a straightforward, affordable option. And CyberGhost VPN is also running a deal that's 84% off plus 4 free months. It stands out for having one of the biggest server networks, so you'll always find a connection that works smoothly. And if security is a big thing for you, NortonVPN has up to $35 off. It ties right into Norton's full security suite, so it's a smart pick if you already use their antivirus. Now, all of those links are down below, and you can scan the QR codes that are on screen to get these discounts. So yeah, stick with legit sources, use a good VPN, and you'll avoid most of the trouble that comes with torrenting. I'm curious, what's your go-to site or VPN right now? Like, have you found any hidden gems lately? Drop it in the comments below because I'd love to see what's working for you in 2025.